Today, we're going to be reacting to crazy Sharpie Cube cards. I call them crazy because a lot of these aren't even basically cards. They just turn them into like small stories. And between Reddit and also my Discord, which I do have a Sharpie Discord, we're going to take a look at them. And this one is Alia R. It's a 3-mana legendary X-Man with Menace, which means it can't be blocked, which actually is not true. That is not how the ability works. And we can tap, put a +1/+1 counter on each creature, which is not bad. The man I loved is gone, says Dan. Well, that's fantastic. I would say this is a bit of a fail. If you want to say this creature can't be blocked, you have to get rid of the Menace. Okay, let's see if the custom bingo thing even works. Keyword explains the keyword. It did not. That's the actual opposite of the thing. So we're gonna find out if these two can go work together. So remember, I'm gonna move in between the Reddit and also my Discord. The problem is a lot of you in the Discord, you didn't give names to your Sharpie cards, so it's basically impossible to look them up. So this one's from Kano called Dockside Exit. Say goodbye so long. For 2 mana, we have a 1/2 Gone. Goni. Dockside Exit. Exits. Itted. Sacrifice. See, some of these Sharpie cards, they don't work out so well. That's a fail. I don't like it. So we're going to have to start off with a pass or fail system here. All right, F. For a green, instant, prevent this turn. F no, F our ass. Okay, apparently this is rated PG-13 as well. I will give that a bit of a pass because it's actually as close as we can get a card. Creature gone? I suppose that's what it was supposed to be. All right, let's go back to the Sharpie Discord. We got Sing with, we got Mana Cry. It's a 0-mana artifact. You lose the Mana Crypt. Oh, that's probably in response to it getting banned. That's right, everyone lost their Mana Crypt. Where's my Mana Crypt? I lost my Mana Crypt too. Well, I mean, the soul of the Mana Crypt here. R.I.P. Mana Crypt. Say hello, however, to Proxy Soul Ring. Most expensive Proxy Soul Ring in the universe. Okay, I like it. You know what's going to make them good? When it's clean. When it's clean, it's going to get a pat. When it's messy, I don't like messy around here. People creating words out of tiny little letters. Never had a Mana Crypt? Well, some people won when they were born. Now, didn't they, mermaids? Summer Mermaid Star. Okay, the Horizon on Progress is a land for 1 life. You may put a land card from your hand onto the battlefield tapped. It danger! It danger! That has to be on here. It danger. Oh, we need it in red. Only in red, it danger. That's crazy. It's only a land. Tap, sacrifice, Horizon of Progress, and you can draw a card. Well, we're gonna need. I guess we don't really need the land anymore because we just put all our lands from our hand onto the battlefield. It's a super explore. Should have just been progress. Yeah, progress. All and only. Okay, next up. Let's take from my Discord. We have a Jeweled Lotus for 0 mana. Artifact. Tap. Sacrifice 1. Sacrifice. Money. To your commander. Give it the money. I seen. She's. But won't convince me. Oh, why? I'm going to give that a small, soft pass. Not very clean. Not a very clean card, in my opinion. Okay, we got Mist Scary. It is a land island. Tap for a blue. Mist Scary is 3 islands. Do we get to tap for 3 blue? And then when Mist Scary enters the battlefield, you may put your graveyard on top of your library. Oh, what is that similar to? It's like Endurance. It's Endurance. We get to bounce our own graveyard on top of our deck. Basically, we're only going to top deck gas. So long as we're not playing with fetch lands, because otherwise we're going to put the lands on top of our deck, which would be no good. What would Bert and Cheney love? This card? I think Bert and Cheney would love a lot of cards on this show. The MX Doom says, sad I missed the custom card stream. I had something special planned. There's always a new custom card stream every week anyway. It has tap 3 abilities to tap for each one. That would be a weird way to interpret it. Yeah, you can add blue 3 different ways. But they all work anyway. 3 Mystic Sanctuaries. Should have edited at the top over there. All right, back to my Discord. What do we got here? Kano already got a card. Actually, Kano seems to like to post a lot of cards, so I guess we're gonna go with Kano. Unable to cream. That doesn't. That sounds very wrong, Kano. It is like impossible to keep this like E for everybody. Enchant creature loses all fat in addition to its T. Oh, it's talking about the cream in the milk, because the cream is actually what gives it the fat, but which Nikachu actually needs. I need as much fat as I can get. All right, I like that. This is the best, maybe the best card today so far. Unable to cream, no fat in my tea. Although, like some people in England, they would say you've screwed your tea by putting any fat in it, or sorry, putting any milk in it at all. Okay, so you got more flying. Remember, there's a Sharpie Discord. We're going to look up Toads, more flying squirrels. I can find it. This is not a very detailed card, Toads. Okay, we have a white for a 1/1 creature. It is no. What was it before? Possum Mount? Goes from Possum Mount to Squirrel. All right, it's clean and simple. Is there a bingo for this? We'll say that's so. We'll say that's so specific. You really wanted that squirrel. Good enough for me. All right, next up in the Reddit, we've got Red Rar. I must be missing something. It's a green man. 1/1. Own 1. When this creature deals combat damage to a player, if it isn't owned, put a +1/+1 counter on it, and it becomes owned. It's like we've destroyed it. As long as Red Rar is owned, it has vigilance and tap at one man of any color of your man pool. You can't add man to my man pool. You can take man. I want to say you can take man. The pool can take a man, but you can't take the man out of the pool. Huh? You can take the man out of the pool, but you can't take the pool out of the man. That's what I wanted to say. I came at the perfect time to see the next staple, Unable to Cream. Yeah, that's right. That and many more amazing cards coming from the Discord. We got the One Ring for 4 mana. It's a legendary artifact, indestructible. When the One Ring enters the battlefield, if you cast it, you gain everything. And at the beginning of your upkeep, you lose. No! What? Do I get... What, is it really game over? At the beginning of my upkeep? And you just lose the game. Hey, do you know what? It's balanced. We've balanced the card through the Sharpie Cube. Maybe a little too balanced. It's so balanced, it becomes worthless. What do you get here? Oh, no, but you gain everything. But then you have to win with it, or else. Bingo alert, learn grammar for multiple cards already? Okay, where's the learn grammar card? Learn grammar. Yeah, this show's gonna be really loose on the grammar today. I tell you what. My coffee crew. Cosima. 3 mana, legendary god. At the beginning of your upkeep, if you control Cosima, you may put a +1/+1 counter on it and draw X cards, where X is the number of counters on it. This is literally a real card. The first real card of today. Everyone else is just trolling and stuff. There's got to be here. There's got to be something for rewarding people who make something real. New non-creature type. I can't read cards. I can't read any of these cards, to be honest. Okay, we're just going to say... Oh, there's nothing here for this. That's too bad. Cosima. Nikachu must be watching Returns of King of the Hill. Not really, but I did watch the show growing up, so... Okay, Algot has something. You submitted something. Did you, Algot? Okay, let's take a look at your... Nightshade Stinger. Remember that it's cost nothing. It costs nothing to submit cards here today. You took a screen capture of a card market gameplay to do this. The Nightshade Stinger is a black 1/1 fairy rogue flying. Nightshade Stinger. It can harm. And that's it. That's all you need to know. It's dangerous, all right? You look both ways before crossing the street because there might be a nightshade stinger out there. And you know what? They sting deadly. Okay, next up. Mad Auntie. 3 mana 2/2. Ate another goblin. Alright, well, our RIP goblin. It's really the way of the goblins, really. If they're not throwing them away, they're eating them. They're using them as a resource. Anyway, the card actually technically does nothing. Not magic card. How many of these cards today are even going to be real cards? Okay, let's take one from who is this? From Vane, who submitted a lot of cards in the Discord. We have the Bright Glider. It is a white it's a white poo. It's a poo 1/1. Whenever this creature gets +1/+2, it becomes saddled until end of turn. Actually an actual card. I don't know why it's even saddled, because it doesn't seem to have any other... Oh, no. Maybe it triggers other cards for all saddled creatures onto the battlefield. Possibly. The Colossal Maw! And the only thing we can see is the big grin on its face. For 5 mana, it's a 6/6. This creature can deal combat damage to the player or planeswalker. It's attack. So, like, it's basically, when it attacks, deal damage. Run! Flee! It's too late. It's a good flavor text. Actually, this card's awesome. Very well done. All right, back to the freebie section. I think it's like Vane for like years. Okay, we got something from Snow Blinded. Is this ghost for 2 mana? It is a spirit. So as advertised. Then we got bingo. We did this one. Oh yeah, I'll get to that. We have ooh. I hate these cards. They're like all O's, all E's. Doesn't actually do anything, and there's no creativity. Okay, so technically with that squirrel card, we had done that one before, but it wasn't exactly the same post. Where is it? We did this one. We did this already, but it'll count. It's close enough. Back to the freebie section. Suck it! It's a green enchantment. X-proof. Whenever you die, you win the game. No, that sounds very, very wrong. Or I guess, oh, so it's like if you lose, you actually win? Is that how we're supposed to interpret this? Whenever you die, you win the game. You have to commit seppuku. How many cards are out there like that? If you were to lose, you actually win. So nobody actually wants to make sure you lose. They have to make sure they win. But then how do they get rid of you? Because they can't kill you or you win. They have to get rid of suck it. Yeah, and then you then you tell them to suck it. Whoops. So you just flash this enchantment in response. Okay, you know what? Actually, I take it back. This card's a great card. It works. It combos with the One Ring. Oh, yeah. You're going to work really hard to... Or no, you know what it combos with? Any of those red cards where you, like Final Fortune, where you take an extra turn. So, and then by your next... at the end of that next turn, you lose. So you go like turn 2, Final Fortune, and then you play your socket, and then and as you play it, of course, you tell them suck it. That's how it works. Okay, back to the Discord. What else do we have here? I'm trying to get from several people if I can. How far do I have to go? Okay, we got something from Aspie. It's a 2 mana. The Binding of Blank is a creep something. Not great enough. Sorry about that. Disqualified for too much Sharpie. And we got the EP doll for 5 mana. It's a 1/1 EP doll. EP doll is tired. Good night. All right, good night EP doll. Okay, I could read it, so it works for me. Suck it, Phage. The name is The Binding of Isaac, which is a reference to the game. Not familiar. Okay, how is Mountain changed? We have Mountain is crossed out. It's just called Basic. Oh, it's just called Basic. Basic Land. You know what? I'm not vibing with that. All right, let's get deep into the history of Sharpie Cube. Wow, people have been posting for forever. Vane specifically. Okay, I'm back. Back to hopefully new cards. Okay, we got the Ear Spear. So they could cut it right off. It's a 2-mana instant. Ear Spear deals 3 damage to target creature, or you die. So, like, what, how does this negotiation work? Like, oh, I see. Like, if you get rid of the creature in response, the alternative is that you lose the game. So you could, like, Ear Spear a creature in response, kill the creature, holding priority. Well, there's no creature there, so the only alternative is that you die. But it still targets something. If the target's removed, the whole thing gets countered. Goes to the Suck It deck. Combos with the previous card? I suppose so. Oh, I see, yeah. So you can end up... Oh, wait a minute. The controller is dying. Yeah, it would go in the Suck It deck. So we try to kill a creature, and then if it doesn't deal damage, we die. If we die, we actually win. Suck It said so. Okay, Steve Cooper has a card called Win Cons SC. You have a lot of these, apparently. Okay, we got Approach of the Second Sun. For 1 white sorcery, you win the game. This could not be more broken. I'm sorry. There is one way to make it more broken. You make it 0 mana. All right, next up, we've got the Laboratory Maniac, a blue. Bro, you like just basically took out the casting cost of everything. You win the game again. And Liliana's Contract, black, you win the game. Immortality is worth. Hell Ant, Flying Trample, gain control of all artifacts, and you win the game. And let's not forget about Hell. For a green, it's an enchantment with Shroud, and you win the game. And let's not forget about Maw's End. Tap, land, tap, add colors. You win the game. Oh my god. How many times can we win the game here? Well, not this card. This card isn't going to lose to Force Negation. Okay, so this is the 0 mana card to completely break all cards. Yeah, well, good luck counterspelling that one, Yeezus. You good luck on that one. Quiddizzle's like, yeah, playable. Very, very playable. Yes. Yes, this will go great in my Suck It deck. Go perfectly great in my Suck It deck. Okay, back to the... They're all freebie sections, to be honest. Back to Reddit. Redaction for 3 mana enchantment. At the beginning of your upkeep, discard a card. Each opponent mills 2 cards into their graveyard. I'm sorry, but this information is ass. It is. Yeah, oh, you know what? That is actually really true. I actually like that. It's a good joke. Because once you've milled the cards, you have that information, but that information's not very good because you don't want that into the graveyard. You wanted it on top of your deck. You've milled my rare card. A lot of people that don't like their rare card getting milled. Okay, Trapped. Cosmos. You have Power of God. Yeah, but can a Power of God beat the Maw's End? You have to post it in the is this it? Power of God. I don't see it. Sorry, I don't see your Power of God card in the and if you do post it in the Sharpie cube section if you do not mind. Thank you very much. Okay, so I'm gonna give this one to Islarf, Ashnod's Flesh Mechanist. It is a black 1/1 human artificer with touch. We don't know if it's going to be a good touch or a bad touch. Ashnod, if you do... Oh, touch Ashnod. If you do, create a Power Stone token. Pay 5. Create a 3/3 colorless zombie artifact creature token. What does it do when it touches Ashnod? If you do create a... This is more unset. It's more unset than real set, if you ask me. Yeah, just touch Ashnod. Careful! Ashnod might sue you! Alright, you can't just go touch Ashnod like that. Okay, back to the Reddit. We've got Boo! It's a sorcery. Destroy, you don't control. But then usually that's what we are doing anyway. Oh, it's called Boot. Sorry, and we're stitching it together. I didn't realize. Okay, it's called Boot. Destroy all lands you don't control. You don't say. Okay, that is... And for how much mana is this? It's for 6 mana. Finally a card. Finally some good cards here. Cards that actually work. See, I need a new bingo card that says, card actually makes sense in the end. Maybe I should have used the AI generated bingo card. I mean, this is basically on the same level as far as I'm concerned. Okay, back to my Discord. We got the Mountain Yet. It is a 4-mana Yet. Not yet. Bye. Yeah, okay, goodbye. Vanilla creature. Basically a 4-mana 3/3. I think the real most power of the Sharpie Cube cards is Angel's Grace that just says W, split second, you win the game. Oh my god. You cannot possibly imagine the power of the Sharpie Cube Angel's Grace. Okay, it's time for Season for 5 mana. It is an enchantment. If an effect would create 1 or more tokens under your control, Salt in... can't read it. So you get when making an unintelligible card out of the Sharpie Cube. Okay, we got Creams. It's funny. We already saw a card called Cream. Was it Unable to Cream? And now we have Creams. It is the counter to the Cream deck. This is a 5-mana sorcery. Return all facts to their own world. Okay, well, this one doesn't make any sense. It's more of a comic than anything else. Or was it Salt and Pepper instead? Ah. You know, if I don't understand at a glance, then I mean, I'm just disqualifying it. You know, personally, I don't like the Sharpie cubes that's like, it's just black everywhere and they've just got these few letters. It's got to look at least close, you know? I need to be able to read it. Like, this one looks okay. We have Holder for 3 mana. It's a 120? What the hell are they Sharpie cubing from? This is a real card? We have the Dairy Creature Gone. Flying. When Holder enters the battlefield and at the beginning of upkeep, create a D20. With that D20, the number of creatures you control is greater than 11 plus 1. For each non-legendary creature you control, create a token that's a copy of that creature. This thing would just fell off the map from the beginning. Wasn't even real in the first place. Because seasoning? Oh! So this was just way too much flavor for me. It was so much flavor, I didn't even get it. It was season, not seasoning. And it needed a little bit of that salt and pepper action. How many did you get? It's in the Sharpie cube just now? Okay, I'll relook up Power of God. There we go. All right, we got Power of God online. Stymied Hopes, a blue instant. Counter target spell unless God's will is against you. How are you going to determine that? It's counter target spell unless God's will is against you. I guess what it is, it's just counter target spell, and then if anybody reacts to this in any way at all, well, I guess God's will was against you. It's just now a superior. I think this is just a superior regular counter spell. 1 blue counter target spell, and if it didn't resolve, well, God hates you. Otherwise, it would have resolved. Like, you would have countered the thing, right? I'm gonna give you one more card, Toads. All right, hold on. I'll get you in a second because we have to go back to the freebie. Or not, it's not even the free. They're all freebie section. We're going back to Reddit. I can't read this. Okay, we got journey to where? Enchantment. When it's journey to here. We are journeying over here, which means I don't have to take a journey at all. A 2-mana enchantment. When journey to here enters, target creature journey to the battlefield. It's fantastic. Where are you? I am here. I guess it's just like an enter the battlefield effect. 2 mana. Your creature is here. Where are we now? We're now. That's where we are. What happened to then? We passed then. When? Just now. You're looking at now. Okay, let's look at Mox Jasper at danger, apparently. Mox Jasper. 0 mana legendary artifact. Add any dragon. Oh yeah, like from your deck. Add any dragon back to your add any dragon from the battle or from your deck, I guess, to your hand. I think it means that creature triggers ETB again. Yeah, that's the way I would interpret the Journey to Here. When a Journey to Here enters, target creature also going to enter. It's going to be onto the battlefield. It's acknowledging its existence for the second time. Okay, next we got the Mind Saver. You're going to save your minds. 6 mana artifact. Tap, sacrifice Mind Saver. You control turn. What, like my own turn? What is it? What is this? Is it? We don't have just look at it here, do we? How do we describe this thing? I think we could put Nikachu can't read cards for the, what's it called? The salt and pepper. That totally works. All right. You control turn. You see all cards, could see, and make all decisions. It's ahead. That's right. I do get to control my turn now, don't I? Sounds like a Gruul Giant. Yeah, this has very look at it vibes, in my opinion. Okay, Algot wants another card. I'll give you a second card. Back, not the silver border one. You know, this is not a very descriptive card. We got back. Who's got back? Maybe Baby's got back. 6-mana enchantment. Exile a creature card from your graveyard and put a token onto the battlefield that's a copy of you. Oh, it's almost like an unset card. On Innistrad, death is just a career change. Exile a creature card from your graveyard and put a token copy that's a copy of you. We have a planeswalker. I have the power. Back to Reddit. Oh God, what is this really going to say something? Land. It is a land. The card's name is land. Land is its type, and land is its type. A deck can contain any number of cards. You may play this card. While field, this card is land because I don't know if that was by accident. We have island here. I think it's supposed to be because it land has in sick tap blue pay. Tap 90. Tap and tap gain. Tap 1 blue or phase out. Okay. You know what? It fell off the rails in the end there. All right, let's look at Jax and Encounter. Sounds like a D&D card. We've got an Encounter here. It is for 3 mana enchantment. Whenever you win a coin flip. Oh, you win the game by itself? Oh my God. That's pretty strong. Now, to be honest, you have to work for this card. For step 1, you need to play the card onto the battlefield. Then you need to play a card that flips a coin. And you need to win it. You might lose the flip, although this looks like it is an absolute free roll. What are the odds? Indeed, what are the odds? Really good card. Maybe a little too strong. More like don't look at it. Yeah, don't. I don't want to look at that damn thing. I don't want to see if I won or lost. Back to the Reddit. We got Bree. Is that what I read? Yeah, Bree. 2 mana fairy. It's a 1/1. Tap, remove an ability from target creature. That is pretty sneaky, I would say. Yeah, soon enough that creature is just going to be a 1/1. What's the most you've lost a coin toss? Anton? Oh, I don't know the reference. If you ask me, I've lost a lot of coin tosses. I want to say my worst streak was like 12 in a row, but I can't be certain. It might be just results. It just might be results orientation. Oh, you hear that sound? That's the sound of sponsors. Like today's sponsor, FusionGamingOnline.com, my favorite place to buy my Magic the Gathering cards. What's the deal of the week this week? Is it still 15%? No, deal of the week. It's changed because there's always a new deal of the week at FusionGamingOnline.com. 20% off old deck boxes. Savings displayed in cart. You better believe I love buying my deck boxes. Not only that, you can go get yourself some Ether Drift cards, and you need to make them more powerful. Don't forget, you can always just cross out some abilities and then make them stronger with the Sharpie for your Sharpie Cube. Or maybe you're just regular Magic the Gathering decks. Turn commons into powerful rares at the power of buying at FusionGamingOnline.com. And don't forget, use coupon code Nikachu at checkout to get 5% off all your purchases. We're also going to thank Mana Traders, the premier place to rent Magic cards online. You like to be creative with these Sharpie cards. Well, guess what? You can be creative with your deck building when you're playing on Magic Online, which lets you, it's a digital format that lets you play every paper format like Pauper, Standard, Pioneer, Modern, Legacy, Vintage, Commander, One-on-One Commander. And don't forget to use coupon code Nikachu _BKS for 40% cash back on your 3rd month subscription. And now we go back to the wild world of Sharpie cards. Discord. I'm going to cover the word exhaust for my Sharpie Cube cards. I guess you should do that. Okay, I'm going to go... We're going to give another card to sing. A 2-mana instant. Until end of turn, each creature you control becomes sad. Sad? Well, where's my sad sound? And gets the Bus of Shadows. Well, that doesn't sound good at all. Also, this card looks incredibly sad. Anyway, card doesn't even do anything. Literally does nothing. It's just inducing depression. But I don't know if that has any stats on it. Does any stats on any creatures. It should be like, target creature becomes sad. Cannot attack this turn. Lost the will to fight. Next up. Steve Cooper wants... Oh, I'm still in my Discord. 1-drop Merfolk. Well, thank you. It's actually going to be good. We got Merfolk with the Pearl Trident for a blue. Merfolk have power LO. Sorry. That doesn't really do anything. As much as, you know, it's even funny. Even if you Sharpie whatever text there is on a Merfolk of the Pearl Trident, at the end of the day, it just absolutely does nothing. Commander! Like, the commander of all commanders. 5 mana for a 5/3 legendary creature. Because it doesn't need a creature type. It is the commander incarnate. Whenever you cast, exile this turn. X, number of players. Exile the top X cards of library. Until end of turn, you may cast spells from among those exiled cards. Damn. I thought actually this card was going to do something. In the end, it ended up doing nothing. Kano has a card. Inspired by today's AI stream. We got the letter A. A 3-mana artifact. Tap A. The letter unfolded, inviting the twins to Strixhaven. Will saw a Rowan. Will saw A. Rowan also saw A. Here, actually, card does nothing. Tap for A. If that was mana, I could almost give it to you. But doesn't even tap for mana. Vengeance. 5-mana enchantment. You control you. Well, thank God. I guess this is a response to Mindslaver. If somebody Mindslaves, they're doomed. It's like, in response, I'm going to play the Vengeance. You can't control me. Only me can control me. There is no we. Soren Markov. I like that. Someone who believes that there's an I in team. You just have to look very hard at the capital A. Tola Duck says, oh, we have a bingo. Too many X for the last card. Too much X. I think I actually should have used the, in retrospect, I should have used the AI custom bingo card. Probably would have fit better. Sad breath does not spark joy. Okay, next, what do we got here? More cards from Kano. Just trying to see if I can find some people who have not gotten their Sharpie Cube card, or not many. We got something from Manti. I hope these people who submitted cards like months ago get to see this. We got Sol Cut. Is a 4-mana demon. Flying trample. You can win the game, but your opponents can lose the game. game. What? Basically, it does nothing. This is literally the same card. You can win the game. The opponents can lose the game. So it's basically explaining the board state. The board state is the board state. The rules are the rules. His slaves crave death more than they desire freedom. He denies them both. Michael Williams says, you've had your chance to be we for 2.5 years. Right now, you are you, and you are screwed. I like that. A counter to can't lose the game or can't win the game. That's right. So for that, this card is actually pure brilliance. Yeah, just in case you need a reminder of the basic rules. Well, there are some cards out there that say you can't lose the game. So, you know, Strega has a super big point. So now this is a counter to those counters. Hold on, I can't remember. Isn't it the case, though, can't always beats can? So maybe this doesn't work? Yeah, like Trip says, can't usually overrides can. Maybe this is in this case, it's a timestamp thing. All right, we got the Phyrexian Indicator. For 4 mana, it's a 5/5 Phyrexian Horror. Flying. If damage would be dealt to Phyrexian Indicator, prevent that damage. When damage is prevented this way, any other target. I guess we're shooting the shots at something else. Back to my Discord. Who doesn't have a card? I don't know if Nola got a card. Tit? And it's quite a revealing image. Is an elemental. When Tit enters, return target card from your graveyard to the battlefield. Well, that's great. I like Tit around here. Tit is strong. 5/3 creature. I have a feeling I'm not getting monetized very well for this video today. There's a lot of swearing. There's a lot of crude language. Matrix for 4 mana, artifact. All creatures reduced to 0. No, this doesn't work for anybody.
No, God, please, no.
And it's 4 mana. All creatures are reduced to 0. So basically, all creatures, they just head to the graveyard. No creatures around here. Yeah, middle school humor is peak. Middle school to high school. And frankly, it's getting lower than that. Oh, Tit is an actual name of a bird. Oh, great Tit. But there's no bird in this image. You show me the bird, Toads. You show me a single bird in this image. There are none. Nola knew what he was doing. Okay, next up. Ooh, we got from Nethrium. The Nation's End. This is a 5-mana enchantment with commutative upkeep of 1. Whenever you pay Nation's End's commutative upkeep, you may search your library for a creature card with converted mana cost equal to Nation's End and put it into play. If you do, shelf your library. This card is fantastic. Basically 5 mana, and at your upkeep, you can look for a 5-drop and put it directly into play. Oh yeah, that 0 mana card. Absolutely. Sorry, the 4 mana artifact. That was a continuous board wipe. They should replace destroy with reduced to 0 from now on. Your creatures are not destroyed; they are just reduced directly to 0. Anyway, I like Nation's End. It actually looks like a real card, and plus you have to pay the cumulative upkeep, and it's an enchantment. Your opponents have an entire turn to wait in order to pay for the destroy the damn thing. And you could counter the cumulative upkeep trigger, which would be really weird. Bingo alert. I think we've had multiple no one knows what this card does. Oh, is that a case? No one knows what this card does. I agree. I know what this card does. Like, there's a lot of cards. They just don't even do anything in the first place, period. All right, back to Reddit. We got a nerd. Nerd Deer. Doesn't look like a deer to me. It looks like fish. 3 mana legendary Elk Rogue. Whenever Nerd Deer becomes tapped, target player mills cards equal to 70 I guess 75. Holy moly! Draw a card and put a +1/+1 counter on Nerd. Whenever Nerd Deer becomes tapped. So like I could just put a Springleaf Drum into play, tap it to add mana. But when it becomes tapped, like I don't have to I don't even have to attack with the damn thing. I just activate an ability with it by tapping it, and I mill 75 cards. Now that's, you know what? That almost might be fair because you Commander players, after you've drawn your hand for the game, you probably have 85 cards in your deck. I might even be helping you by putting your entire deck into the graveyard. Okay, let's give another card to Algot. It would help if you guys are submitting cards, put in brackets or something. I can't always tell who's submitting a card, who's not, or just saying something in the comment section. The Gray? Sorry, I can't find it. Or maybe it's submitted too new. I'll try to remind me a little bit later and we'll look for it. We got Dr. Critical, the Pitiless Plunderer. This is a 4-mana human pirate. Never control token. That sounds like a pretty back-breaking downside. Add 1 color to your mana pool. Ham good. Okay, so you can never control tokens, but as a result, you also get 1 mana. Seems fair. This is a massive downside. It's like we've completely demoted this card from what it used to be. This used to be a great win condition. Now it's nothing. Oh, we got a waifu card. That's right. Nerd Deer is a waifu. Wow, I didn't think we'd get that waifu card slot over here. But I'm wrong. And this is the most waifu of all waifu cards, I have to admit. Super waifu. Nerd Div is playable. Nerd Deer. Okay, look at it. Wow. The AI cards are really blending in with this show. Look at it for 2 mana. Sorcery. Ban a zone. Back to the regular section. I can't even read this. It's not even possible. Okay, looking for someone who has... Oh, we got Super Moderator Lord Magicus with Surge of Sal. For a white, it's an instant. You control all damage sources this turn. How would that even work? I control... Oh, okay, it does work. So I guess if you're the one who technically did the damage, that might trigger other cards on the battlefield. Like if whenever you deal damage, this card triggers, right? And it also steals the source of damage from everyone else. This surprisingly is a real card. Can work and actually interact with the game in some weird way. Ban the battlefield for chaos. I like it. You control the damage. Yeah, any damage done to you as well. Yeah. Damage done to me. That was me the entire time. I should stop hitting myself. Attacking and blocking. Okay, next up. Let's see if we can find the Gray. Is that going to show up? Okay, it shows up. Gandalf. Just Gandalf. For red-blue, it's a sorcery. Gandalf deals X damage to target creature, where X is the number of instant and sorcery cards. Excess damage is dealt to that creature's controller instead. Hold on, what? So it deals X damage to target creature, where X is the number of instant and sorcery cards? From where? Excess damage is dealt to that creature's controller instead. So basically, we got trample. I don't know what we're dealing X from. Equal to the X is the number of instant and sorcery cards. What, in the game? There's like 700 instant and sorcery cards. Therefore, it can deal that much damage. Yeah, no, they didn't kill you. I did. For that, the Surge of Sal. I guess the number that exists in the game. That's the only way I can interpret this. And you know what? That number is going up with every set. So you got to keep your life total extra high and dry. Next, we got Tax for 3 mana. It's enchant. Whenever an opponent, you create a treasure token. Doesn't actually... That was too fast. I disqualified it too early. Oil Spout. 3 mana sorcery. Target library. Put 4+1/+1 counters on target, and it becomes a 0/0 elemental with haste. I can attack with my library. All right, library, get into the red zone. You're big. Apparently you're a 4/4 creature now. Oh, wait a minute. I can target any library. I could target somebody else's library. I could target someone else's library. it's mine now. I could even sacrifice the library to put it in completely into their graveyard. Well, I mean, if the library dies, I assume it goes to the graveyard like anything else. But yeah, it's animate library, but with Sharpie Cube. But here's the deal. Why would I even choose my library? That's stupid. I can take your library. And in fact, if I take your library, I wonder if I take your library and it's still alive for your next turn, do you still draw off the top of your library? Very interesting thought experiment here. What if I cast swords on your library? Well, it gets exiled. What do you think happens to creatures when they get hit by swords? They get exiled. You're going to exile the library. And it's not your problem. That's the person, whoever library you stole, it's their problem. Next, let's Sing loves submitting cards. Here, Lord Magicus didn't get a second card yet. I guess Lord Magicus, this is not very creative. I think a lot of people have done this one. The Indicate, target permanent. So much so that became a real card in Mystery Booster Box, didn't it? I think it became, yeah, it'd be like, on time. 0 mana sorcery, you target permanent. Ugh. Sing has a dirty mind. We got the Licker. It is a 4 mana mental otter. Lick target player. Oh my god, this is disgusting. You can't be controlled. No, please leave your tongue to yourselves. Do not stick it out at me. Lick target player. Someone would be like, okay, I concede. I just scoop. I'm not dealing with this. You've played the Licker card. Fun thing to do, target your own library, exile it or something, then use, for example, Thoracle. That is a line. You could absolutely do that with the, what's it called? The Surge of Sal. The Surge of Sal. Oh, JLT has cards. Okay, we'll get to JLT after we're done with Reddit. Is this the same card? Oh, it looked very similar. The Shrine of Leg. A 2-mana artifact. Whenever you cast a spell, put a 1/1 colorless mirror artifact creature token onto the battlefield for each leg. This is very what's it called? Very unset vibes. Mirror artifact creature. You have to count the legs. Oh man, how many legs are in this image? Like each one of these wiggly things could be a leg. Too many legs, I would say. Next up, we are going to look at JLT. Oh, you have a series of indicates. Target permanent. That. Indicate. Target permanent. Show them. Indicate. Target permanent. I. Destroy target permanent with cleave of a white. Oh, and you have the V. And if you pay the white for cleave, it just becomes indicate. You're so clever there. JLT. Okay, Jack Solaris. Merfolk for the win. Only Dono because I submitted 4 cards. All right, I guess if you've gone over your one, really you have 2 cards so far. Merfolk for the win. I guess I'm going to accept Donos. We got the Sun for a blue. It's a Merfolk Shaman. The Sun gets +1/+1 for each enchantment you control. Whenever you cast your first spell each turn, draw a card. The Sun gets +1/+1 for each enchantment. What was it before? Did you just like adjust the name, but the card is functionally the same? Oh no, but you did change something here. Whenever you cast your first spell each turn, draw a card. This is great! Oh, it's for a 1 blue mana too. I put that straight in my deck. Okay, I'll look at one more card that you have over here. We got the Herald for a blue. It's a blue 2/3 Merfolk Warrior. Creatures you control can't be blocked. This is insane. I'll play it immediately. Basically an unblockable 2/3. I love it. And it's a Merfolk. Okay, back to Reddit. Downer. What a downer. 4 mana instant. Target an attacking or tap creature. Target creature's owner puts it on the top or bottom of their library. Target attacking or tap creature. Target's owner. This just feels like a real... What is the original card? Just feels like a real card. Target creature's owner puts on the top or bottom. It's actually a crappy card, too. Target an attacking or tapped creature. Yeah, definitely. I mean, it's real. Maybe a little too real for this world. Bingo flavor win? For which one? The downer? Putting it down? Okay, I'll give it to you. I don't know if it's definitely a flavor win. Unless you're talking about the last card. Ban all merfolk. No! Storm in the flavor text. What's in the flavor text? Oh, yeah, oh! Okay, I missed the flavor text for target. So, oh god. Now it still costs 4 mana. That gives it a completely new perspective. Okay, for 4 mana, target an attacking or tapped creature. It just has to be a tapped creature. Target creature's owner puts on the top or bottom of their library. So if your opponent rattled out a bunch of spells, you can just like downer and then replicate it through the storm, and basically they lose all their stuff. It's going to really suck for them. These cards are as good as AI-generated cards. I'd actually argue they're worse. They're way, because some of these cards just don't even do anything. Do you know what? You're right. I guess it is on par with the AI-generated cards. I'm acting like all AI-generated cards actually do something, which is just a load of crap. Okay, Kana wants Happy B-Day. Happy B-Day. Birthday Celebrant is a 3-mana 2/3 halfling rogue. You age +1. Okay, celebrate your B-Day. Aw, that's do I have a great sound effect for this? You have to play this on your birthday. This is a very wholesome card. Otherwise, it's basically just a 2/3 creature for 3 mana. It's like an Abzan. It gives you an excuse to run Abzan in your commander deck. Next, we've got... Oh, shit! It is a white instant. Exile target creature. Then return that card to the battlefield under your control. And it's got Storm, too! Man, I just realized a lot of these cards, if they just randomly say Storm in the flavor text, it's instantly broken. Just completely broken. Ephemerate, eat your heart out. We got oh sheet going on here. Oh, actually, it's not that good. Because if you you can't target the same thing more than once. Because for like, let's say you put 20 copies on one creature. Once you exile it, like it was gone. Like the rest of the 19 copies just don't see that creature. So you actually can only use this to the maximum if you have a lot of ETB creatures on the battlefield. Otherwise, it's useless. So actually, it's way more balanced than we think it is, because you can't target the same thing twice. Yeah, it's a blinker, but yeah, even 2 copies of this effect for 1 white is great. Yeah. Ephemerate, eat your heart out. That's actually a useful... What, the last card is a useful card because... Oh, no, sorry. It's a useful card because there are some uncards that care about your age. Okay, so it's your age +1. Just breaking birthday celebrant. Okay, next up, let's take a look. Let's dig through my treasure trove. Seems to be the same people that like to submit cards over and over again. Okay, let's look at we'll look at Steve Cooper. Canopy Gorger, 6 mana. It's a 6/5. It's got Defender though. Oh god. Well, that's not good, but it's a legal card. This is totally alpha beta style. I mean, it's got alpha beta written all over it. It's 6 mana. It's a big creature, but guess what? You can't even attack with it. Because if you could attack with it, it would make you sacrifice like 3 or 6 forests. And it would come into play tapped, and you wouldn't be allowed to play cards for the rest of the game. That's exactly what it would do, in my opinion. Back to the freebie, or sorry, the Reddit. Spite. For triple black. Instant, sacrifice all permanents, discard your hand. Target player loses! And that means we win! It's the only way I can interpret that. Your loss is my gain. The end. You dead. Oh my god, that is banger flavor text. It's the best flavor text I've read all day. But you did. Yeah, that's right. You missed it. The white card, you can yoink opponent's creatures. Oh yeah, strictly worst Crawworm. Yeah, for that that green card. Steve Cooper's green card. Strictly worst Crawworm. I forgot Crawworm was a card. Oh, it said Keck at the bottom. The trolling. Loses what? The game. Okay, next we go back to my Discord. How far are we going? This is back in... Oh, I created this thing back like in the middle of 2024. Wow, it just did nothing with it. Lead Moif. Now do Winged Wisdom for 3 mana. Flying. Creatures you control have Banding. That's it. You know what? That is enough to make this card scary. This is probably the biggest banding creature of all banding creatures. Like every single banding creature is like a 1/1, a 1/1, a 1/2. They're pretty small and pathetic. This is a 3 mana 3/4, giving banding to everything else. Balanced Nadu. Well, I don't know about that. It's definitely better than what they actually printed. Are you listening, Wizards? Are you taking notes? Before you print something broken, maybe you think, maybe what if you just gave it banding? Banding instead. You bring back banding. I don't remember what Mark Rosewater said about banding. Where is that on the storm meter? Is it coming back? Can we bring banding back one day? Is there a chance in hell of that happening? The chat still demands that you reread the white card and realize that it can steal opponents. Which one? What was it called? I don't remember. Raisin Hero. I guess because if you're underwater long enough, you're going to be like super wrinkly and looking like a raisin. 2 mana legendary creature. What? FK Wad? Oh, God! F Wad. Pay 4. Reveal the top card of your library. If it's a card, put it onto the battlefield tapped. Well, I don't know how often I put tokens in my deck, so probably it is going to be a card. Otherwise, Cry, Partner, Raisin, She. So what is this? It's just basically 4 mana, put the top card of your deck onto the battlefield. Very strong. Isn't this a strong card otherwise? Make banding great again. Where was that card? Oh, that was the, yeah, here we go. Nadu, Winged Wisdom. And then get banned. They banned the banding card. Was it the Storm of Birds? Can I look that up? Storm of Birds, or do I have to go down to look it up? Oh, you're just submitting a card. 3 mana sorcery. Create a 1/2 blue bird creature token with flying. Storm, 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 storm. How many times is this going to trigger just playing it once? This is insane. Okay, so I cast it, and it's got storm, so I get 4 copies. Or do I get 3 copies? What is going on here? I cast it, and then you get... Yeah, I get 4. Yeah, it counts the copy I just played, so I get 4 copies. This, yeah, it's going to be busted. What if you have to put a sorcerer on the battlefield? Oh, yeah, you're right! Reveal the top card of your library. If it's a card, put it onto the battlefield tapped. I think you still have to put... Oh, that is weird. What if it's a sorcery? Maybe it has to be a permanent card. It's going to end up like that bad movie... sorry. It's going to end up like that bad movie, Birdemic. Never saw it. Yeah, but there's going to be a lot of birds on the battlefield. Okay, back to Reddit. We got no bolus. No bolus allowed around here. This is a no bolus club for 3 mana. It's a legendary Eat Elder Dragon. We are having Elder Dragon for dinner. At the beginning of your upkeep, sacrifice Nicol Bolas. Whenever at the beginning of your upkeep, sacrifice Nicol Bolas. Whenever Nicol Bolas, don't. Okay, I disqualifying that card. Doesn't make any damn sense to me. All right, that's it for today. I hope you liked it. If you want to see more Sharpie Cube, you gotta submit them in my Discord. I want to see more people submitting stuff here. All right, it can't be just. And you gotta give names to the cards so I can look them up. Okay. And if it's super, you get like one. Maybe we'll do a thing where it's like one freebie and you get to pay for one, because it can't be it can't be in like where we had a not too long ago past where no one was posting anything here. When are we getting translated cards again? Probably not for forever. Unfortunately, those shows are not popular. It's possible this show is not going to be popular either. And then I'll never do it again. But we'll try it a few more times, I promise. I promise we'll do it a few more times. We're going to feel it out. We'll see how popular it is. I know it's way past its prime. I had this idea and I just didn't do anything for like half a year. But we're doing it now. 2025 is the year of Nikachu MTG Live. So as usual, we do the show 3 p.m. Central Standard Time. Be there or be square. Of course, thank you to all my supporters. It's people who support with money on Patreon, if you're a member on YouTube, or you super chat to be part of the show, or even super chat so other people are part of the show. And of course, thank you so much to the coffee crew for making the show what it is every day. People like Nola wants more. You're not supposed to do it at this point, you know. Everyone already left. They left Nola. Okay, we'll do one more. Did you submit one? Is there one I can get from you? Well, you gave the gray. Okay, well, let's do Trap Cosmos. We got Ian for 4 mana. Sorcery. Destroy all joy.
No,
Sucked all the joy out of this show. Well played. Okay, but of course we gotta thank the coffee crew, the Zyber Nation, Steve Cooper, Summer Mermaid Star, Little Dead Fly, Old Boy, Crowcar Games, Kano, Model Weight, Yeezus, PDX, Benjamin, Toads. Summer, we got Yeezus, Strega, Kano, of course. Thank you so much, Kano, for all the suggestions. We were able to go back into your inventory from years ago. Robert, Nola Memfaxo. Okay, thanks so much, everyone. And as usual, keep brewing them coffees. Of course, we're going to keep brewing up the magic. Take care of yourselves, and I will see you at the next cup.